system, which went into effect in 2022. Troiano ran for a congressional seat from Pennsylvania.
Passed previously because they weren't Republicans.
From gun enthusiasts to gun violence victims, one group of diverse Tennesseans takes on the challenge of gun safety legislation.
You break bread together, right? You have meals together. You ask, hey, I heard you say that one thing in that room. Can you tell me more about that experience? Maybe we can meet in the middle.
And as the war in Gaza continues, Americans supporting different sides in the conflict weigh in on the Biden administration's response to the war. Welcome to PBS News Weekly. I'm Judy Woodruff. This week, we're looking at the divisions fracturing the United States as part of my ongoing reporting series, America at a Crossroads. Voters now have less than 3
in the last midterm elections.
peak during a tumultuous election season.
She's an extreme, radical left lunatic.
And by the way, don't you find some of their stuff to just be plain weird?
One state looks to ranked choice voting as a way to turn down the heat.
The difference in running in this open primary is that you actually do have to talk to everyone. I walked up to doors and knocked on doors I had walked past previously because they weren't Republicans.
From gun enthusiasts to gun violence victims, one group of diverse Tennesseans takes on the challenge of gun safety legislation.
You break bread together, right? You have meals together. You ask, hey, I heard you say that one thing in that room. Can you tell me more about that experience? Maybe we can meet in the middle.
And as the war in Gaza continues, Americans supporting different sides in the conflict weigh in on the Biden administration's response to the war. Welcome to PBS News Weekly. I'm Judy Woodruff. This week, we're looking at the divisions fracturing the United States as part of my ongoing reporting series, America at a Crossroads. Voters now have less than 3 months to solidify their candidate choices before Election Day in November. And the primaries are a major factor in the increasing partisanship we've seen in recent years. Recently, Alaska has been trying something different. It's already showing results, but also facing some resistance.
Alaska is a state like no other, part of the Union for just 6.
Leroy Smith was extolled as a hero for freeing New York from the clutches of gangs backed by the Mishima Zaibatsu. The Wing Chun master moved to crush the Mishima Zaibatsu himself, but the news of Heihachi Mishima's disappearance circulated throughout the world. Afterward, the Mishima Zaibatsu announced the King of Iron Fist tournament to select the new head of the organization. Sensing another chance to dismantle the conglomerate once and for all, Leroy pledged to win the tournament.
Man, what a stubborn bunch. Now's the time for a good cleanup.
Welcome to the King of Iron Fist Tournament. First up.
Time for me to do my thing.
Get ready for the next battle. Get ready for the next battle.
لا أريد إيذاك، لكن سأقاتلك إذا اضطررت.
Round 1. Fight.
Years, it is the largest state by far, and its natural beauty is matched only by its unique history and independent spirit.
In one move, you come back out and let go with your thumb.
David Nikolai is an Alaska native Yupik storyteller with deep connections to the state's history and traditions.
And my favorite part about this one is the sun sets. The Yupik word for this is ihuk, and it's storytelling with a loop of string.
Whoa! You did it.
I learned these string figures from my father and from his mother. You can try learning this one. My daughters Annabelle and Rose are 9 and 6, and it is a joy to share these string figures with them and pass on the tradition.
His daughters recently saw another Yupik Alaska native sharing her culture far across the country in the U.S. Capitol, Alaska's only congressional representative, Mary Peltola.
Guyana Chuknachbuk, that means thank you very much. And with that, I yield back.
After she was elected and sworn in, during her opening remarks, she spoke Yupik on the House floor, and that was the very first time that language was spoken in that chamber. My daughters and I watched that, and both of my daughters were like, she's just like us? Oh my goodness, that was just very special.
And yet, Representative Peltola's path to the Capitol building wasn't just historic as the first Alaska native in Congress, it was also, in part, the result of Alaska's unique primary system, which went into effect in 2022. Primaries are preliminary elections where voters choose their party's candidate for the general election. In most states, voters can vote only in one party's primary, either the Republican or the Democratic Party. But in Alaska and a handful of other states, all the candidates, Republicans, Democrats, even independents, appear on a single ballot that all citizens vote on. And in Alaska, the top 4 vote-getters move on to the general election.
The system is responsive to the nuanced preferences of voters.
Nick Troiano ran for a congressional seat from Pennsylvania 10 years ago as an independent. After losing that race, he founded the nonpartisan nonprofit Unite America, a group dedicated to reforming the electoral system. He says Alaska's primary has helped moderate that state's political extremes and bring more voters into the electoral process.
I look at the winners of the statewide races in Alaska and see that a conservative Republican governor was reelected, a moderate Republican senator was also reelected, and a moderate Democrat won in an open seat for the U.S. House.
His new book, The Primary Solution, outlines the issues he sees with the way most states hold their primaries, where voters can choose candidates only from a single party.
Right now, we have a system that overrepresents those at the fringes of both political parties at the expense of the majority. What was stunning to me is that in the last midterm elections, 83% of U.S. House races
were not decided in November. They were decided in the primary elections months before November.
And in those primaries, where the vast majority of races are decided, the most partisan voters are more likely to cast ballots.
It was only 8% of voters nationally that cast ballots in those primaries that determined the outcome. So you have 8% of voters electing 83% of our leaders. It's no wonder why Congress doesn't represent us.
In a narrowly divided Congress, individual representatives from these non-competitive districts can have an outsized impact. An example, Republican Matt Gaetz won his 2022 primary in Florida's District 1 by winning just 73,000 votes out of nearly 550,000 registered voters. He easily won the general election in his deep red district and soon led the move to depose the then Speaker of the House, Kevin McCarthy, in October 2023.
The office of Speaker of the House is hereby declared vacant,
leading to weeks of gridlock while the party struggled to choose a new leader.
The open primary made a huge difference. That was a real game changer for me.
As a relative unknown, Democrat Mary Peltola beat former Republican Alaska governor and vice presidential nominee Sarah Palin under the new primary system in 2022. She says the old system in Alaska was contributing to deepening polarization.
You get a campaign where both of the individuals are on both ends of the spectrum. You know, do I want someone far, far left or far, far right? And all of their campaign promises have been about staying true to ideology, not compromising. And I have found that many partisan issues don't necessarily relate to a person's everyday life.
In our congregation, we've got a lot of diversity, politically speaking.
Pastor Andy Bartell's United Methodist Church in Anchorage is home to Democrats, Republicans, and independents, many of whom volunteer at the monthly food bank. He says having a single primary for all candidates and for all voters benefits independents like him, who are no longer limited to voting in either a Democratic or Republican primary.
Alaska, I think, is portrayed as this deeply red state, and yet there are a lot more people who are registered as nonpartisan than there are in either of the two parties. It allows people like me and other nonpartisan voters the opportunity to weigh in without having to necessarily commit ourselves to a particular party.
Once voters from across the political spectrum have weighed in the primary, the top 4 vote-getters move on to the general election. Voters can choose a single candidate or rank their preferred candidates 1 to 4. But not everyone is happy with these reforms.
Get ready for the next battle.
Come and get some, I dare you.
Round 1. Fight.
You're going out with nothing to show for it.
Get ready for the next battle.
Looks like you're stronger than before.
There is a stretch of this.
Round one. Fight.
It's the essence of Wing Chun. Like steel.
Final round. Fight.
You're going out with nothing to show for it.
And now, the final match!
Get ready for the next battle.
私のこと覚えてる？
You look familiar.
Round one. Fight.
Witness the essence of Wing
遊びに来たよ。
Sugar, no!
うわ、ちょっと。大きくなったね、シュガー。
So did you, Xiaoyu. I'm glad you came.
うん。
You were about this tall back then.
今はこんなに大きくなりました。
I was surprised to see you at the tournament.
そうだね。私が本当に小さかった頃以来だもんね。
The last time I saw you was on the streets of Hong Kong. What do you say we spar again?
うん。
Come on, then.
今度は負けないよ。
Jerry Michael owns a construction company in Anchorage and feels the reforms have pushed some Republicans to the side.
It kind of split up people's votes. We're generally a more Republican-leaning state. It didn't feel real good there because with the open primary, all of a sudden now we have multiple people going into the general election.
Christy Bridges is the owner of the White Spot, Anchorage's longest-running restaurant. She's not a fan of the new system either.
I would very much like to see the ranked choice voting system repealed. I just want to be able to put your vote in and get the winner from the two candidates or however many candidates.
And the effort to repeal is underway. The Alaska GOP has come out against the open primary and ranked choice voting, along with prominent Republicans like Sarah Palin. A proposed ballot measure that would undo the reforms appears to have enough signatures to move forward, though it is being challenged in the courts.
I think the deep divisions that we have, that's not a result of the primary system. That's a result of the deep division among the American people.
Hans von Spakovsky is the manager of the Election Law Reform Initiative at the Heritage Foundation, a conservative think tank.
Independents, if they really want to have a say in who a political party nominee is going to be, they should join that political party. And if they're not willing to do that, why should they have a right to choose who's going to represent that political party?
This fight is playing out well beyond Alaska. In 6 other states this year, Republican lawmakers and party officials are attempting to ban or overturn primary reforms, while also fighting against efforts to expand them in 8 more, including Nevada, where some top Democrats are also opposing reform.
I had served in the Republican Party over the decades. So it was very difficult to have a political party actually vilify me.
Kathy Giesel is a Republican state senator in Alaska who supports primary reform. She faced stiff opposition from the right under the old partisan primary system.
The Republican political party did not like the fact that I was working with a Democrat and an independent. So when I went to run in 2020, that's when the political party actually recruited, the Republicans recruited someone who's far more, air quotes, conservative. And I lost in the primary, significantly lost.
But Senator Giesel ran again in 2022 under the new primary system, and she won.
How has this new primary system affected governing?
We have a bipartisan coalition. It's made up of 9 Democrats and 8 Republicans. So that's 17 out of 20 members came together and said, let's work together. The difference in running in this open primary is that you actually do have to talk to everyone. I walked up to doors and knocked on doors I had walked past previously because they weren't Republicans.
Behind one of those doors,
伝説の軍人ファントム・レイブンと共闘できる日が来るとはな。
Appelez-moi Victor. Je n'aime pas mon nom de code. En avant. Protégeons la dignité de l'humanité.
Yoshi! 作戦開始だ!
Je ne peux pas laisser le tournoi continuer. Que tout le monde parte immédiatement.
It won't be long before.
이봐, 이게 어떻게 된 거야?
Did Kazama return to the point of origin? In the place this all began, you must overcome great difficulty. That will show you a way, a path to finally purge you of evil.
俺の始まりの地。
いいジン。風間の拳は。
福島か。
You will be a shining star of hope for everyone.
Safina-san, しっかりして! Tu as mentionné Yakushima tout à l'heure. Si tu t'y rends, je vais faire préparer le jet.
Tu devi vivere. Per il mondo. Per coloro che ami. Claudio? Il est là lui aussi?
ラス、上空に強いエネルギーが集まっています。
さあ、目覚めよ、アザゼル。
アザゼルの復活にあったのか。
ほう、あれが原初の悪魔か。楽しませてもらおう。
何を勘違いしている。貴様が俺の一部となるのだ。食らってやる。その力すべてをな。
Fight.
うっとうしい。魚など俺の餌にすぎん。俺が手に入れるにふさわしい力だ。ファイト。うっとうしい。
Jin Kazama, la tua forza non basta per sconfiggere quel demone. Ascoltami, devi seguire le parole di Zafina. È importante che tu torni all'origine.
Jin, お前にはお前だけがなせることがある。君はもう一人じゃない。我々にも花を持たせてくれたまえ。
わかった。あとは頼む。
エクセレント。
ジン、行こう。Viens, allons à l'aéroport.
託された希望、決して無駄にはしない。
無駄死にしたいようだな。
Ho ancora un asso nella manica. Puoi farmi guadagnare tempo?
Puis-je compter sur toi?
Osserva! Ora inizierò il rituale per esorcizzare il demone. Rilascio del sigillo!
귀찮지만 거들어 주지.
Mo 逃げ場はない。後悔するがいい。
かえってこの方が好都合なんだよ。
Fight!
間に合えばいいが。
ほう、まだ立ち上がるか。
頑丈さには自信がある。
ファイト。
屈服するがいい。立場をわきまえろ。
死に急ぐか。
どうした私を殺してみろ。
そろそろ飽きたな。俺の前に立ったことを後悔するがいい。
まだ足りないか。
そろそろとどめだ。
Hey, est-ce que tout va bien?
はい、私頑丈ですから。それよりも
Allez, arrête de traîner.
Gli anziani non dovrebbero essere così insistenti. La barriera di contenimento è già pronta.
なんだこれは。
Tu e i tuoi peccati sprofonderete nell'oscurità per sempre.
Oh, c'est la lance de Céphalus.
Risplendi, mia stella!
Ningen風情が小賢しいまでを。
でもそれじゃあクラーディオさんは。
Io ho provato a usarti. Questa è la mia punizione. Ormai sono pronto da molto tempo. Tuttavia, non mi sacrificherò in vano. Jin Kazama, adesso tocca a te.
やはり無駄死にだったな。貴様らも後を追わせてやろう。グハ！
クラウディオ、奴の狙いはこれか。
アザザルめ、悪あがきを。今少し時間が必要か。なんとかしのぎ切ったということか。
Claudio qui nous sauve tous. Je ne l'aurais jamais imaginé.
Doors was independent voter and Yupik storyteller David Nikolai.
Her tone and her way she conducted herself in that 2022 election was completely different.
So she knocked on your door?
Absolutely. It feels like she has intentionally been much more moderate with many of her votes and policies, and has turned around to appeal to a much more moderate group of voters.
And yet it's unclear if that appeal to moderation can prevail during a period of increasingly partisan politics.
In March of 2023, 3 little children and 3 adults were shot dead at the Covenant School in Nashville. It was the deadliest school shooting in Tennessee history. In the wake of that tragedy, a group of Tennesseans from across the political spectrum came together to find ways to reduce the harm of gun violence in their states in the face of entrenched political views on all sides.
Tim Carroll is a firearms instructor in rural Harriman, Tennessee, who is passionate about guns and gun rights.
I'm a Second Amendment absolutist. Having more guns out there is a good thing. There are some folks in society who cannot protect themselves physically. The firearm is the only way that that person can protect themselves.
When you think about a gun, what do you think?
I think it's a tool that's misused. In the wrong hands can cause a lot of damage.
Alyssa Pierman is a high school English teacher in Jackson, Tennessee, who lost 2 of her students to gun violence less than a year apart.
How are their families?
That's like the hardest part. It makes it hard time, but when the casket closed, you hear their mom just scream.
I can't even imagine.
You might think these 2 would struggle to see eye to eye about anything to do with guns. But Tim and Alyssa were part of a so-called Citizen Solutions session that gathered 11 Tennesseans from all walks of life for a 3-day conference. The goal of the session, held in the wake of a 2023 mass shooting at an elementary school, was to develop realistic proposals that could curb gun violence.
If we went to high school together, we'd argue a lot. It was really refreshing to be able to share my story and for people not to brush it off.
I was really fortunate to be able to get that sort of perspective from folks like Alyssa, because when I hear gunshots, somebody's hunting or they're just out here shooting. When they hear gunshots, it's something bad.
The event was organized by the national nonpartisan nonprofit named Starts With Us, which aims to bring people from diverse backgrounds together to find solutions to the country's toughest issues.
We're
being fed a narrative that everybody hates everybody else. When we sit down like we are today, we know that's not the case.
The Tennessee 11, as they call themselves, shared personal experiences and expertise and ultimately came together last August to draft 5 proposals that they felt could help address gun violence.
911, what is the address of your emergency?
I also was a man holding an assault rifle shooting through the doors.
What prompted their effort was the incident 1 year ago when a shooter killed 3 9-year-old children and 3 adults at the private Christian Covenant School in Nashville. Just one of 82 school shootings in the U.S. in 2023. Following the tragedy, students, parents, and gun safety activists called on the Tennessee state legislature to act to prevent more gun violence.
They can't silence the thousands of us here who are demanding change. No action, no peace.
Eventually leading to the controversial expulsion of 2 black lawmakers from the state house.
I am a bleeding mother. I don't want any one of you to feel what this feels like.
Then, in August of last year, Tennessee's Republican Governor Bill Lee called a special session to enact gun safety measures, but no proposal passed. That same week, the Tennessee 11 convened to try to hammer out some solutions of their own. 4 of their proposals centered on measures that would not restrict access to firearms, things like promoting responsible gun ownership, broadening the role of police officers in schools, working to reduce trauma from gun violence, and increasing understanding of gun issues in schools, communities, and the media. The one measure they agreed on that focused on restricting gun access became the most controversial, allowing the temporary removal of firearms from individuals based on the risk that they may commit a violent act. Ariel Gibson Martin, who took part in the solutions session, is a district manager in Memphis area local government who works in violence prevention. She says she learned a new way to connect with those she doesn't agree with.
You break bread together, right? You have meals together. You ask, hey, I heard you say that one thing in that room. Can you tell me more about that experience? Maybe we can meet in the middle.
And now it's several months later. Do you still feel good, comfortable with what you all agreed on?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Public polling done by Starts With Us, the same nonprofit that organized the sessions, suggested that those 5 proposals had majority support among Tennesseans statewide, some narrowly. The plan was to then take these hard-won compromises to the state capitol to present lawmakers in this Republican-dominated state with a way forward.
We are depending on you to choose the path that enables collaboration across lines of difference for the good of all Tennesseans.
The group invited over 100 Tennessee legislators to attend their session, but only 10 showed up.
Cricket, you know?
Adam Luke is a family therapist and gun enthusiast who was part of the Tennessee 11.
My House representative from my district shows up and then doesn't even want to have a conversation with me afterwards. I had to chase him down the hall.
You chased him down the hall?
Yeah, because as soon as I ended, he left the chambers quite quickly and didn't want to take like our information packet, anything like that. And I do believe that this is when we start talking about the extremes, because is it really his unwillingness to have a conversation with me, or does he think it's political suicide to have a conversation with me?
The new
Accept all, chase none. Come on, sugar. The fists reveal the fighter. Show me what you got. chase none.
Claudio Serafino is the most powerful practitioner of an ancient exorcist group known as the Serious Marksmen. One day he was visited by Zafina, a mysterious woman with an evil aura emanating from her left hand. The young warrior beseeched Claudio to help her destroy the creature sealed within her arm, Azazel, the original devil. Hearing that the Devil Gene's progenitor would soon resurrect, the exorcist vowed to defeat Azazel and the rest of his ilk.
Demoni ripugnanti, la luce di Sirio vi purificherà.
Get ready for the next battle.
Lurido demone, preparati. Round one. Fight. Round two. Fight. Observa. Perdonami, devo adempiere al mio dovere.
Get ready for the next battle.
Round one. Fight. luce di Sirio. Disferma le tenebre.
Round one. Fight.
Osserva!
Nessuna pietà! Risplendi, Sirio!
Purifica il mondo dal male!
Osserva. Round two. Fight. Osserva.
Osserva!
You win.
Forse ho esagerato.
Get ready for the next battle.
Il sigillo è arrivato al limite.
Round one. Fight. Osserva.
Osserva!
Round two. Fight.
Osserva!
You win.
Troppo tardi. Perirai nella mia luce. Azazel.
Round one. Fight.
Osserva!
Round two. Fight.
Osserva!
Final round. Fight.
Osserva! Che la luce di
You
Sirio
win.
disferma le tenebre.
destino è segnato. Basterà un colpo! Per vincere e raggiungere le stelle! La terribile calamità è stata annientata. Creature maledette, sprofondate nell'oscurità per sempre.
Leroy Smith.
Time for me to do my thing.
Get ready for the next battle.
Time to take out the trash.
Round one. Fight.
My last resort. Have no choice.
Round two. Fight.
Have no choice. Like that? You like that?
You win.
Accept all, chase none.
Get ready for the next battle. Let's go. Round one. Fight.
It's over. Witness the essence of Wing Chun. Chung! Like steel.
You win.
Accept all, chase none.
Get ready for the next battle.
Bądźmy dumni z tej walki.
Round one. Fight.
You fool! Come on, sugar.
Get ready for the next battle. Round one. Fight. Round two. Fight.
Have no joy.
You win.
Come on, sugar.
Get ready for the next battle.
لا أريد ذاك، لكن سأقاتلك إذا اضطررت.
Round one. Fight.
with nothing to show for it.
Get ready for the next battle. Round one. Fight.
NewsHour reached out to a dozen Republican state lawmakers representing the Warren District of the Tennessee 11, but none agreed to talk with us about these issues. When Adam Leach, a gun rights advocate, reached out to local gun organizations to share his excitement about the exchange of ideas that's happening, he encountered not just opposition, but threats.
I was met with serious people calling my work phone and leaving unsettling voices. Well, I mean, to put it plainly, that I was a liberal plant, that who the hell are you, who elected you to speak for me?
Get ready for the next battle.
I hate rich people.
Round one. Fight.
Accept all, chase none.
Round one. Fight.
I'm not holding back.
game over.
In fact, a conservative newspaper, the Tennessee Star, picked up the story, criticizing the effort for being funded by an out-of-state billionaire. The article claimed that the whole effort was designed to push a gun control agenda, and that some among the Tennessee 11 were partisan activists.
I know that if I start speaking out about this session and what I did, then I know that all of this could go away, right? If somebody says, you know, Tim Carroll is working with the anti-gun folks to try to come up with new laws, that's all they will hear. They'll say, you know what, Tim Carroll, don't go take classes with him, listen to anything he says. I think that's why I fought so hard during the solution sessions to come up with things that didn't infringe on rights. But I know that will be misconstrued in the gun rights community.
John Harris is a lawyer and executive director of the Tennessee Firearms Association.